Alright, so for our warm-up, we had to complete the square, which most people got. You just typed it into the Scratch wrong, but a couple people didn't get it, so I went over it.
Right.
Make sure you got headphones out, close your YouTube. Nerds. Okay, so if I am going to solve this by completing the square, I'm going to do b divided by 2. Divided by 2 squared, right? Alright. In this one, Caleb, what's b?
Negative 8.
Yep, b is negative 8. So I'm going to go negative 8 divided by 2 squared. That's going to be negative 4 squared, which is 16. Right? Okay, then I'm going to add it, and I'm going to do a shortcut. So I'm going to add right here, right? And I'm going to get 81. Okay. And then my shortcut says I'm going to have parentheses and a squared. And my first thing is whatever my variable is, which is x.
Minus negative 4.
And then
Or just minus
what I put in is this piece right here after I divide. That minus 4 is going to go in right here. That's my shortcut. And we can go through and solve
Square
this.
root the s out of that.
Yep, that's our next step. We're going to square root the square out of it. Alright, and we're going to square root. And I'm going to get x minus 4 because the square root and the squared cancel out.
X could be 9.
And I'm going to get 9, but there's something else. What else am I going to get?
To make a negative.
Plus 4 equals 20?
No.
What?
Plus 4.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
No, you're wrong.
No?
Alright, I put in the square root myself. DeAndre, what else do I have in here?
Gotta have a negative to it.
Yeah, you gotta put another negative.
Yeah.
Or negative 9.
We have a negative 9 also.
Yeah.
Remember, I made this square root myself. My problem didn't come like square root of 81, like that. They didn't say solve it. I made this square root myself. When I make it myself, I have 2 answers. Positive and the negative.
Then you had 4.
And then we're going to add 4. Yep. And when I add 4, I have to add it on both pieces over here. So I got to go plus 4 and plus 4. And I'm going to get x equals 9 plus 4 is 13.
13, negative 5.
And negative 9 plus 4 is negative 5. Those are my 2 answers. 13, negative 5.
I wrote down the exact now. I don't know why you said I was wrong.
Because you put x equals. When it's scattered, I just have to know. Yep.
Wait,
Yeah, you just put it in wrong. Yeah, you got it.
You didn't say it right.
Alright, so today we're going to look at a couple of things. And it's not going to be super tough, actually. And if you're still not quite sure on this, we're going to basically do this whole part today. So, let's look at this. I want to know, what are the solutions of the equation x squared minus 14x plus 16 equals 0? Now, on this one, I have just a regular x squared, right? Which means I could end the middle. What times what is 16 adds up to negative 14? So let's look at this. Greg, give me 2 things I can multiply to get 16. 8, 2, right? Alright, they multiply to be a positive, but add to be a negative, which means
They gotta be negative.
they both have to be negative, right? Okay, is negative 8 plus negative 2 negative 14, right? No, so what else can I try?
3, no.
Negative 6
4
negative
times 4. Maybe right
Okay.
now. That's what else.
Negative 4 and negative 4, right? Do those add up to negative 14?
No.
Okay, what else? There's 2 more.
7,
No. 2 more.
8, and 2.
We already did that one.
We already do those.
Oh,
Eight
negative 2 and
and 2.
negative 8.
Or no.
Oh, sorry, there's one more. There's one more, the easy one.
16.
Oh.
Oh, 16 times negative 1.
Negative 16 and negative 1, right?
Oh,
Is negative 16 plus negative 1 negative 14?
No.
Do we have any answers to this?
No.
So we're going to use completing the square to solve it.
What?
So, because I can't end middle, I'm trying, right? We're trying to end middle, but nothing works. So because nothing works, we're going to use completing the square to solve.
No solution. Forget about it.
So I've got x squared minus 14x plus 16 equals 0. What I'm going to do is I'm going to minus 16 on both sides.
Hold on, child. You're going too fast.
I'm gonna minus 16 on both. That's all I said. Minus 16 on
X
both sides.
squared minus 1, 4.
Wait, is that supposed to be equal 0?
Yeah, that's an equal 0.
Plus 1, 6.
Equals 0. There we go.
Minus
I fixed
1,
it.
6.
Equals 0.
No.
Okay, I'm going to minus 16 on both sides. Like I just did.
So let's rewrite it.
Yep.
X squared minus
So
1,
x squared
4
minus 14x equals negative 16. And now that I've done this, I'm going to complete the square. So I'm going to go negative 14 divided by 2 squared. That's a negative 14, I swear.
What?
Which is negative 7
But once you square that,
squared,
it'll be
which is
49.
positive 49, right? Okay.
Alright.
And now it's just like a warm-up. We're going to add these together, and we are probably going to get decimals a lot today, which is fine. So I'm going to add these together, and I'm going to get 39,
Oh, I thought you broke your
33, right?
What,
Oh.
I'm just going down now.
You get negative 33.
Cookie, you're
No,
slipping.
not
Just-
regular
just
33.
stop.
Oh, there's 3.
All right, and then I'm going to use my shortcut, which says I got my squared here.
Nope, still no
I got my x. What's going to go right in your next x?
An S.
Negative,
What?
An S.
No, it's not no solution. Let's try.
negative 7.
Negative 7 is going to go in right there. And now we're going to solve this. So, my steps are exactly the same now. I'm going to square root both sides. And we're going to get decimals, which is fine. I'm going to get x minus 7 equals... Greg, you got decimals right there, right? Did you? Oh, just tell me that.
No.
Never mind. Ira, you got decimals right there?
Yeah.
What's the square root of 33?
Yes.
5.7443.
Yeah.
5.744.
Okay, so let's, everything today round to the second decimal place, so 5.74. But I don't have just that. What else do I have, Roy?
Negative
What?
Thanks, Roy.
5.
Negative 5.7.
Negative 5.74. All right. Okay, and now we have one last step. We have to get rid of the minus 7 by less than 7 everywhere.
Okay.
And we're going to get x equals, let's see,
12.74 and 2.
2.74.
Yeah, 2 point.
No.
You gotta write one, right? Oh wait,
No,
never mind.
Just say no. Nope, just keep saying no.
Why am I doubting
I
this?
got 1.53.
You're wrong.
Yeah, double check this one.
Oh
You're
my.
wrong.
No.
Alright, let's put negative 5.74 plus 7.
Okay.
Why am I doubting
Negative
this?
5 point what?
Negative 5.74 plus 7.
1.26.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, yeah.
What have
I thought that was wrong. 1.26. There we go. Yeah.
Wow.
1.2.
Okay. Kept saying no. I won't listen.
Alright, and that's my final answer.
That's all we're doing?
Yeah.
That's all?
So it's basically the same as our warm-up. So we're going to do one more just to
long.
practice. Then you guys will do one and that's it.
Homework?
Alright, so we're going to find solutions of x squared plus 9x plus 15. So I'll give you a hint. Everything today we're going to have to complete the square. So my first thing is I'm going to minus 15 on both sides.
Nope.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh.
We're going to minus 15.
Alright.
And I'm going to get x squared plus 9x equals negative 15. And now my process is exactly the same as before.
9 divided by 2 is
9 divided by 2 squared, which is going to equal
Oh, yeah.
4.5 squared, which is going to equal 16.25?
20.25.
I was wrong.
Oh wait.
You were.
20.25. Alright, and then we're going to add them together. And I'm going to get
5.25.
Sure.
He's not sure.
No, are you sure?
Hopefully.
Ira, you got the official Desmos.
Okay.
Negative 15 plus 20.25. Because I'm pretty sure it's...
If we're wrong, that's 5
Yeah,
back.
I
It's
get
5.
If we're wrong, that's 5.2 back.
5.2 left.
It's 5.25.
You're wrong!
After that last one, I'm down to all these. Alright.
You were wrong. You said it
So
right.
I've got
You
my
didn't say
parentheses,
five.
I got my
You said
squared,
Nope.
I've got x. What am I putting in here by x?
4.5.
And because it's positive, we're going to go plus
Whoa, whoa,
4.5.
whoa, whoa.
Alright, and now we're going to go through and solve it just like we've been doing. So we are going to square root first, right? And I'm not even going to try to do this one in my head. So square root.
2.29.
Jake, you got decimals right there.
2.29.
There's Jake. 2.29, but not just that. Negative.
2.29.
And then we
You
have
wanna add
x plus 4.5 equals that, right? So I get a minus 4.5 on both sides, and I'm not going to try to do these in my head either. Alright, then fine. Jake, what's this first one?
Jake Sully. I don't know, man. Give me a second.
We got Desmos right there.
Whoa.
Go ahead, do the second one.
Any of them?
You got Desmos there too.
Oh, this is.
It's
You
negative
better have like
2.21.
two problems. This is too long.
Alright, negative 2.21 for this one. Roy, what's my second one?
I don't know.
I think it's negative 6.79, but I'm doubting myself.
For the negative?
For this one, yeah.
Negative
Alright.
2.21.
No, that was the first one.
Negative 6.79.
Negative 6.79. Alright.
That's what
And those two are our
Negative
final
6.
answers.
I don't want to do it.
Did you get that, Roy?
Yeah.
Alright.
Better be a question.
You got the next one. Hey, come on my desk.
Yeah.
Nerd. Alright, you guys want to try another one? You want to do it in class?
In class.
We should just do it longer.
In, that's like a practice together or in class?
In class.
In class.
Okay. Alright, do this one in the box. Find the solutions of x squared plus 3x minus 8.
I don't want to do it anymore.
Too late. We already decided.
Oh.
Wait, that's not
Oh, not in this classroom.
That's what Mr. Brentzman says.
3 divided by 2, are you serious?
Yeah, you got Desmos.
Oh, I
Desmos
love
it.
graph paper.
Desmos it. Just plug it in the Desmos, Lucas. It's your friend, man.
1.5 squared.
I'll give you a couple of minutes.
It's 2.25.
No way.
So you add 2.25 to negative 8.
That's all, Mr. Lucky.
Negative 8 plus 2
Lucas, shut up.
5.
Where is it?
1.7. Because you can't do it. You gotta be ours. Stop the not be trash. No, you minus 8.
What? Oh, you added it.
Should probably do attendance, I guess. Oh no, wait, I did do attendance. Oh, we're good. You guys are all here. Give you another minute at least. Keep working. I said at least another minute.
I don't want to do
At
it.
least.
Chillax.
Yeah, that's at least.
Chillax, brah.
I mean,
Like my movie?
okay, so on this one. Here. So it's not squared here. Oh, I was on there. Like, I did it square. Okay, you add 8 to both sides, right? As you add 8 to both sides. Now you're going to do 3 divided by 2. Split that 24. So you're going to add it to 8. Equal
10.25.
and then do that.
What'd you get?
Put a square, put it next to it. Let's put it next to yours.
Don't be sorry.
Because
Don't say
it's whatever that divided by 2 is. Okay, and now solve. Square root, subtract.
Good, man. Just keep going. Finish her off. You did like 30% of the work at least. Maybe 37.
Goki, I don't do.
37%.
I don't do Goki. I don't know what to do now.
I gotta make a negative out of it, and then I gotta minus 0.5.
Just square it first. Square it first.
It doesn't square
See,
it.
see, that's
Yeah,
even
get
more
this one.
work.
No, it doesn't.
2.25?
No, it doesn't.
Do it.
Oh, because you have to add to that to get 10.25. Hold up, yo. Yeah, plus 8.
I just did that.
Okay, you get 10.25.
You said about my mom?
What?
What'd you say about my mom? Break yourself.
Kind of.
Okay. No, nobody
Did
right.
I do this right? I don't think I did that right.
Forgot
Does
to
it
add
overturn Google Classroom?
8 to that.
You got your
Okay,
extra
that's not,
card.
okay, you add 8, don't subtract it because it's already a minus, right?
Yeah.
So you're gonna add 8 to both sides, so that'll
Oh.
be positive 8 plus that.
Oh.
Okay,
Is this right on Google Classroom? So 8
Yeah.
plus
So what did I do now? What did I do now?
2,
Ow, flip.
1.25.
You go 8 plus that 2.2.
Okay.
Were you recording this while you're
Yes.
teaching?
Yes, I am.
So doing this. 1 point. Oh
You guys
wait,
gonna get the.
that's not the right one. I'm sorry. This one.
What you happened is you accidentally minus the 2.25 instead of added. That should be a
Square root.
Oh,
Yeah, but yes, you're doing it right after that.
okay.
Alright, doing pretty good. Finish it off. Give me another minute to keep working before we kind of start looking at it.
Okay, is this correct?
Probably.
Is it page 5, 6, 4, 7 to 18?
3.2.
I looked at it. That's the old stuff.
Okay. Give me the homework.
As long as you did your square root and your subtraction, right? Oh, that's not how much
What'd you get?
That's not how much money he's worth. Me?
Good.
Because it counts as company.
Not you. Oh, no.
So he doesn't have to have his money.
Probably trash.
I won't tell you
I
that.
take all of his stuff and his money in his bank and put it all together.
How much he's worth? Lucas! What'd you get?
Yeah.
He's already made 20 million this year.
I like
Okay.
your band.
Hey,
Is our homework?
What'd you get?
Nice.
Not
I'm
yet.
telling you.
Not yet. Alright, let's go through this. You guys are going to help me out. We're going to take it a piece at a time. Lily, what's my first step?
3 divided by 2
Even before that. Very first step in this one.
plus 8.
Yep, plus 8 on both sides. Okay, we're going to plus 8 on both sides.
Tired.
X squared plus 3x equals 8. Caleb, what's next?
3 divided by 2.
Yep.
Squared.
3 divided by 2 squared. And we get 1.5 squared, right? What is that, DeAndre?
What?
What is that 1.5 squared equal?
2.25.
What? Oh, I thought you said 1.25.
2.25.
Oh, man.
2.
Alright, what do we do after that?
Square root it.
No, don't
Yep.
listen to
Oh,
that. Think for
right.
yourself. Don't be a follower. You got this.
You have to write parentheses.
Almost. Let him get it. He's got this. Don't listen to them, Ira.
Okay.
You got this.
Now I'm trying to figure out.
They're throwing you off. Okay.
Oh,
I did this and I got an equal 2.25 here, right?
Yeah.
What do I have to do with this 2.25?
Add it. Right?
2? What?
To
Add it where?
round with both of those. 1.5. I don't know.
You're close. These two right here.
Oh, add it to
Oh.
Yeah. 2.25. Alright. We're gonna have to work on this. Alright, then I got my parentheses, my squared. I got x here. Greg, what's gonna go inside this parenthesis?
1.5.
And I'm gonna go plus because it's positive. Yep.
I didn't put
Alright,
anything
Lucas, what's my next step?
I don't want to talk about it.
That's my next step right here.
Square root.
Yep, screwed it. And I get x plus 1.5 equals, what?
I don't know.
That's bullshit.
I did the entire second half of the problem wrong.
2.5.
How about Brian?
3.2. And negative 3.2.
3.2, and yeah, give me 2 decimals next time, but that's okay. We'll go with it.
Oh, 2. Oh. Why do you have to have that 2?
Because they're fun. It's fun to have 2 decimals.
No!
It is. Alright, what do I do next,
Oh.
DeAndre? Since you're sassing me.
I don't do anymore. Minus 1.5. I didn't get that part, so.
Minus 1.5 everywhere, and we get x equals.
50 point.
1.7. 1.7.
Sure?
Yep, 1.7.
Okay, yeah,
And
right.
then
Negative 4.7. Yeah. Alright. Just about to.
I got it correct.
Alright, pretty good, guys. Pretty good. Do your exit ticket problem now. I'm gonna turn on Subtracted and I'll put your homework on Google Classroom. That's it.
Okay.
Right,
What?
You lied to me.
Did I? I said you had to. You set it up right. You just had to make sure you put it in Desmos correctly. And I did say that. I did say it. I said it. I had a little.
I didn't put it.
I saved it. I wasn't wrong. I totes wasn't wrong.
That's not wrong.
Right.